Hi, this is Chris Buss with Traders Profit Compass with your midday market pulse update for Monday, November 9th. Okay, it's 11:05 as I'm starting the video. Let's see what we've got. Just from a top level view, we had the uh, corona vaccine news out of Pfizer. That has lifted all of the cyclical sectors: energy, financials, travel, hotels, what else? All of those names. Okay, I'm not trying to chase those this morning. I want to let that settle in, find out where we're at, and then decide from there where we want to go. Um, if the cyclical trade is for real, we'll have plenty of time to jump in. I don't want to, try and catch some 20% move day and then get run over with a corrective move. Um, there's going to be a reaction, whether it's today or in the days ahead. There'll be a pullback, and that will be a place where we're going to look to get in if we think the trade is for real. Gold annihilated, all the metals annihilated, all the stay-at-home high flyers, Zoom, Peloton, even names like FedEx destroyed on this move. So hopefully you weren't hung with a bunch of those names, but if you are or have been, try to trade around them. I don't know if it's the best idea to just bail on everything this morning after an hour and a half of trading. Let's see where this thing pans out. We got clipped on YETI and what was the other name? Snap are down a little bit or a lot, depending on how you look at it. But okay, let's go through these. Let's go through where we're at right now. SPY 2 hour, big gap up. Now pulling back a little bit. Let's look at the 30-minute. So we had the initial open way up here at 364. They brought it back, and now we're wrestling with this 360 area. Now we've got a gap below 360 that goes a $10 gap all the way down here. Now I tried a short here at 360 on SPY. Was looking good 5 minutes ago. Now not so much, as this is a live chart. You can see that it has recovered that level. I've got my stops in place, but on that gap entry I tried a little short here to see if there would be any kind of follow through to the downside into this gap that got well defined after the first hour and a half of trading. So we'll see where that goes. Q's very much the same in the sense of opening higher and pulling back. Now obviously tech is not where the action is right now, and what you're seeing is money flow out of tech and rushing into the cyclical names. Let's see, Qs are basically flat. So what you may see in the days ahead, if this is for real, that at an index level, QQQ and SPY, because of the weighting in FAANG, you may see those indexes pull back as money comes out of the big cap weighted names and rush into small caps, these beaten up value names, where there could be a raging rally under the surface that's not apparently seen from the the index level. So let's be aware of that going forward. Let's look at the 30-minute chart. Now on the 5-minute chart, it was clear to see I put on a short here at 299, which was equal to this first candle high right there. So that trade is starting to work. And so now I've got to stop just above, 299 and a half, something like that. And looking for this to make a move down into here. Looking for technology to stay on the soft side. IWM, big gap up, pulling back, and now moving into the opening gap, which is a little clearer here. I put on a short on a move below 172 and a half, which was the gap level as defined by these first couple of bars. Hasn't done much yet. Got to stop just above like 173. So I'm going to stay short on that, until I get stopped out. It's short-term puts for Friday, and I want to see if there's some profit taking in some of these names and maybe get a move farther into this gap here. Let's move into FAANG. Facebook moved lower off the open, had a reach back candle to almost close that opening gap, and then has traded down since. That may have been a hard trade to take. Had to be, pretty quick there. But looking for a move back down here to this 285 level at this point and see if that level would hold. Apple, doing pretty well, all things considered. Opened up, came back, closed the gap right here down to this 118.50 area. And if you were looking to get long, that was a nice entry for you if you had been on top of Apple and had wanted to get long there. So now you're up a couple bucks on that trade. So that was a nice one. Tesla as well provided a real nice opportunity to put on a short when price, well, actually a couple things. If you're on top of it, had a reach back down to nearly 430, which was a support level. And then if you got long, you could have taken it off here at 450, which was our target above 430, if you remember. So now on this candle, when it broke above and then came back below 450, remember, losing a support level from above is a tactical short, and that has worked for about $15 so far. So anyways, there were a couple of entries there if you were motivated to take them this morning. Microsoft has done better. Opened higher, but really has not done a whole lot since. It's more or less treading water here at the flat line. So I wouldn't expect this to rocket higher or go lower the rest of the day. It looks like it's just kind of settling in here. But if you were to get a pullback to this 2150 area that holds, that may be a nice long entry for you here. And if it were to break below, we still have part of this gap down here to fill. Amazon has been all over the place today. Took a deep look lower, almost getting to this 3100 level, and has recaptured, what is that? $150. So some wild fast action here on Amazon. If it were to come back above this 3250 area, recapture that, you could get a long for strength into the afternoon to try and completely fill this gap up to Friday's close, about 33.15, something like that. Google, sitting here on this 1780 level, as long as that holds, you're good to go long. If it breaks below, then you're probably looking at coming back to Friday's close around 1760 and possibly all the way back to 1740. Netflix, some more wild action here, but notice where the initial rug pull stopped, right at 465, which was a level that we've had identified for a long time, and now it's moving back higher. I think if you did not buy here at 465, you probably got to wait now until this 494 gets taken out for a gap fill try up to 515. This may be just a reflexive bounce. Look for a reaction at 494. It may get rejected there, down, bounce, and then reject, and then come back down. So I think 494 is your key level going forward this afternoon. And of course, if it were to come back, not even make it that far, and then break below this 485, I think you've got a decent short there at 485. Maybe come back to test this 465 this afternoon at the lows. Solar opened higher. Now it's sitting on top of this trading range at 77.5. I mean, I think that's an objective long right there. I hadn't thought about it, coming into the video, but that's a very objective long here above this trading range with a $10 measured move target up to 87.5. So I like that trade. This is the daily chart. You can drill down to a 60-minute chart if you like and just watch how the shorter time frames are behaving. But I like that long, 77.5. Marijuana, we're in this MJ, so that trade is working up 5%. I would like to see it close above this 1475. That is this prior high. I'd like to see that taken out, and then that would give us a much clearer path towards 1850 on this trade. But notice there's still a gap here below to fill. I hope that doesn't happen. I hope it just moves up here higher, but I haven't drawn it in here. But there's a gap from Friday's close right here. Snap down 5%. We had the breakout flag that we bought, and we rolled. Actually, we're in the December 45s. Held the 8-day, which I think is important. And now I'd like to see, get back above this flag level. That would make me a lot more comfortable. But as long as it's holding the 8-day, I'm gonna stick with the trade and not, bail out at the lows. So YETI killed. I mean, we're basically hung with these. You'll remember we rolled up to the December 60s Thursday. We had a little consolidation candle, then it let go today. So at least we booked some gains on Thursday, and we may be hung with these, but I'm gonna hold on to these until we see what shakes out. I bought Keysight on Friday into the close. That's up about 3.5% this morning. So hopefully that will run into earnings. Take note of Bitcoin. That's down 8% this morning, pulled back into the 16 range, where it had broken out of. If you were looking to get long Bitcoin, you don't have to do it today. You don't have to do it right this second. But this is a nice pullback into support. And I think if it holds 16, it's a nice long for anybody that wants to get long right here. I like that entry with a tight stop below. If it fails and comes back to 14 and holds, that would be a a second potential long entry. If this 16 fails and it pulls back to 14, I would be looking at it there. I think anything above 14 keeps the the whole structure bullish. So I think that would be more or less a gift here if it came back to 14. But 16 is support for right now. And remember, these are weekly candles. So you may want to go down to the daily or even the hourly chart if you want to try to fine tune an entry into Bitcoin. So that's where we stand right now. Watch these gaps in the afternoon for potential profit taking. Let's go back and see where we're at right here just while I got you. So SPY still wrestling with 360. Qs have bounced a little bit. Still more or less flat for the day. Not doing a whole lot. I'm going to stay short against this high. Hopefully this will come back down. And then IWM is wrestling with the gap as well at this 173, 172 and a half level. So we'll see how that goes. If price reclaims this 173 level, I'll be most likely stopped out of my trade. Same thing on SPY on a recapture of 360. I don't know where my stop is exactly, but if SPY makes a move back up above 360, I'll be stopped out on that. So anyhow, taking some little shots here, not trying to be a hero on a morning like this. I want to see how this plays out a little further. I think there'll be plenty of time to get on a cyclical bandwagon if it looks like it has legs. But I don't want to jump in on a big gap up morning like we've had. I'd like to see some of these names settle in, get a line to shoot against, and then we can be much more confident in in our positioning once we have a level to shoot against. So hey, if you're new here to the channel and you like what you've heard, please subscribe. I'd really appreciate that, and hit the alarm bell. You'll be notified of all my new content. Please look over in the show notes for convenient links to the blog site, and also where to register for my content, where you'll get emails each and every time I publish, along with an invite to our trading room, where we've got on a day like today, we've got a lot of activity going on, some very helpful trades and observations made by the traders in the room. We've got a nice community going, and we'd certainly love to have you be a part of it. So look forward to seeing you real soon. This has been Chris Buss with Traders Profit Compass. Have a good rest of your trading day. I will certainly send something out if I see something noteworthy in the afternoon. But until then, talk to you next time.